Hello, babies. I've been having the worst time getting a video out because memory on phones apparently is limited. Who knew? Not a technology person, astrology and esoteric person. So, I want to talk about the post-moon hangover and Pluto direct, Mercury ending shadow phase. So a lot of things are becoming more evident, more clear. People are being more mouthy. They're saying what they feel like really needs to be said, whether it does or not. But that is a push to be the true reflection, the true mental state or belief of people. So if people are doing things and saying things and showing you who they are, believe them. We are headed into eclipse season, which is going to be an exciting time because it is a chance for you to move into a new direction. Allow the energies to take you there rather than fighting them. And this Aries full moon should have given you a push to become the most authentic version of yourself. If not, it's eating you up. And I guarantee you an Aries moon will eat you up, because I don't know if you've ever talked to an Aries person, but normally they talk a lot. So if it's not coming out here, it's in here. And that can cause a little bit of imbalance in how we perceive ourselves versus how we see the world. And Aries is about the self and wanting to be the most authentic self, regardless of who's judging and who's saying what. Now, if you're saying some really fucked up shit, then people might say something. But if you are expressing you as an individual apart from other people, and you haven't been able to do so, if you haven't been able to actually live an authentic life of who you are outside of fear and expectation of what other people will think of you, this will give you the energy. Harness the energy. That's what astrology forecasts are for. It's not to tell you, oh, doom and gloom, you have no choice, and this, everything is just going to happen the way we say it. Free will. Always free will. Never, never, never feel forced by astrology. However, it will give you the opportunity to, I shake my head because the card was the card that I pulled the last time I tried to do a video during Mercury retrograde. Anyways, so, shine who you are and show the world who you are, because it's going to attract the people that's really going to love who you are. Yeah, you might get some pushback because Aries is not the most sensitive energy. I mean, we are in Libra season, and that's, definitely about okay. Definitely about, getting along and making, a bit of a room, I guess, or being polite. It's, thinking about the group, thinking about others, making space in your life kind of for what other people's needs may be, and taking, stock of everybody around you. But the thing is, Libra can always end up losing itself in that, because then you are losing your individuality, which is represented by Aries. And, it's like the we versus I. And especially if you have a North Node in Aries, this moon pushed you out of your comfort zone, but pushed you into a better comfort zone, because you realize how much you were sacrificing around keeping appearances, keeping expectations, living out timelines that other people want for you. And they do. People will want you to stay where you are, who you are, and what you're doing for as long as it helps them out. But are you happy? Are you happy inside? And that is the Aries portion to a T. What do you want? Me. Me. Give it to me. So, you know, we gotta exercise our hey, not, oh, I better not make this person feel uncomfortable by, you know, just continuing to pretend that I like them when, you know, maybe they don't even really like us. They just like what we provide. Maybe we're just safety for them. Maybe we just entertain them every once in a while, but they're off doing whatever they want to do. Maybe somebody has been in your schedule too much, trying to control when you are able to contact them, but not, or when they're able to contact, you know, them, you are, but, oh God, fucking Mercury retrograde. But, you know, like, when you want to set down, you know, a timetable, you know, a placement, they're just nowhere to be found. It's on their terms. And we want to break that because Aries, me, my terms. Me. Tarot readers are far from perfect, but we sure are entertaining, aren't we? Esoteric a little bit, sometimes a little hood. I struggled because I always felt like I had to be like, yes, and this is the tarot, and this is the astrology, and everyone's like, that's not what it is, and I'm like, okay, I'm just giving you the information. Don't get mad. Don't throw a hissy fit. I had somebody throw a hissy fit when I tried to tell them about the Lionsgate, and I was like, it's just a thing that's going on. I'm not trying to impose my will upon you, but good to know. Goodbye. You know, best of luck. We wish them luck and we send them on their way to, you know, fail at their own misery. Sorry I tried to help you, sir. Not doing that again. Because me. God, I love this moon. It's been very good for me. So we have so much energy. All right, so the collective reading that I have right now, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of in between, and there's a lot of like pulling that energy in. So we have Dawn of Love and Moving Forward. So movement here. So we're finding some love space in our heart, which is centered probably mostly around our own like self-love, because we're starting to take control for our own life. And that is step one of self-love, is what do I want? You know, like, stop putting everybody else's needs in front of your own for the good of everything, because it's not good for you and you're not getting any return. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up bitter and resentful. From personal experience, thank you very much. So what do you love? What do you want in your life? What do you want to create? What kind of ambitions do you desire to have? Go forth and prosper, because you are the one who has to make it happen. So let's get behind that belief and put that action. I mean, Aries is good for starting, but we need that follow through. So you got to activate the rest of the houses. That's why it takes so long for a lot of things to materialize, is because we need to utilize each part of the energy wheel of the zodiac. So, you know, we're taking it through the process of, you know, making it look great, making it look, you know, appealing, and then we're going to head into Scorpio season, where we're going to ask ourselves what's working and what's not. And that is where the eclipses come in. And, you know, we're going to be able to solidify certain things and remove things that aren't working, and, you know, streamline this plan of what we are starting at this point, because this is a great starting point. This is a great time to really have an idea, go forth and prosper. So find something and manifest it, because I guarantee you, as long as you're persistent, as long as you keep going, it will happen. It all takes you, baby. All right, so we have the Celestial Rose of Ma, and we have the Lover and the Beloved. This is the card that came out last time. So there might be some love, romance, some just inner, like, look at this. This is like a rose. Yes, the Celestial Rose, but it's also like this center of your, you know, body, like energy space. It's like the deep inner, you know, because we're pink inside, right? but like the energy center of the root chakra and grounding and putting something, planting those seeds, making it real. Now, in the T cards, we have a bit of an open relationship going on. We got two people that love someone, love someone, and someone else loves someone. It's a love triangle. I mean, consensually, are you polyamorous? We don't know. I don't channel specifically anything, but these cards are fun. But maybe there's somebody new on the horizon. I mean, look, it looks like this person is looking for something, and maybe what you have currently isn't working for you in a relationship, and you want something new. And if your partner is okay with opening up the relationship, that's fine. If not, maybe you have to discuss that. Maybe you're looking for something new because your partner isn't satisfying you, and that's okay. We need to talk about breaking up as okay, because it's not the end of the world. Maybe it's the lack of comfort for one or two people, because two people get comfortable, they're in a relationship, but also, is it fulfilling your highest desire? Are you getting the most out of it that you want? And we need to talk about not staying in relationships for comfort, because that's where ambition, that's where drive goes to die. So we have happy family, and we have second chakra, which is the creation chakra. It's nurturing, it's sustenance, it's like life, it's the womb. And then we have the seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra. It's figuring out what comfort means to you and how to channel that throughout your entire life, because we can create a little pocket of comfort, but then the rest of the life is not really vibrating with it, and there's clashes, and it's not really that comfortable, but we've convinced ourselves that it is, because we are afraid to change and grow. And life is about learning, changing, and growing, because everything changes regardless if you want it or not. So we have to learn how to deal with those changes in an efficient manner, rather than just letting things go on until they're about to break or be destroyed or get holes in inappropriate places like certain genes. So we have apprehension. So definitely there's some doubt and fear, when it comes to breaking apart old structures and beginning new structures. But we may have some certain attachments and restrictions that we have put on ourselves, believing limited thinking, limited thought processes of what life could be for us. What it is, what it is, right? We already have created this. It couldn't be more, could it? Or could you channel and create the life that you absolutely want, as long as you're okay with being uncomfortable at some points? Alchemy is about removing things to add things, because you can't just pile everything on and expect it all to stick. I mean, if you've ever planted a plant, or if you've ever tried to create some kind of project, things have to go so that new things can come in. And then we have the message, positive news. So maybe you've been holding on to fears and outdated belief systems because you haven't heard any new information that would help you and guide you to change your perspective. And life is about perspective shifts, because news is just news. It can be good, it can be bad. That depends on how you perceive it. What do you perceive as, news? Oh, good. I'm glad that my cats are chewing on my cards now. We have the death card. So change is imminent. Scorpio season. But you have the ability and the powers to change it in your favor. You don't have to be circumstanced to whatever comes. You can preemptively make sure that you are moving and shifting what needs to be in the process of it all going, by using the energy to your benefit. That's why we have these cards. That's why we have energy podcasts. That's why we talk about astrology, because it's beneficial to you. Enjoy it, use it. Don't be so skeptical. If you can believe in a man with a white beard sitting in the clouds judging you, you can believe in astrology. Yeah. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Swords. fear, apprehension, attachment, stepping outside your comfort zone, stepping outside your paradigm, shifting what your belief systems are that are no longer serving what it is you want to create. Because our mind can create whatever we want as long as we follow through and put the action behind it. You can manifest and materialize things that you really want as long as you believe. I know people like to say, oh no, that'll never happen. That is negative thinking. That is people adding outside input on your life. And you don't tell people your dreams because they'll shit all over them and they won't happen. Because people have a limited scope of what they know that you can do. They'll project shit all over you. And who wants that? Who wants that shit? Not me. So we have 8 of Pentacles, which is about hard work, and Temperance, which is balance and divine timing. We have so many major arcanas. Okay, so it's about balancing your work life and your ambition and projecting exactly what it is you want and how it's going to take to get there. Reevaluating so that you are working harder, not harder, but smarter. Smarter, not harder. Always get that fucked up. Nobody's fucking perfect. So here we have the 10 of Cups reversed and the Tower. So either, something has to be released so that we can find what it is we want and fulfill it. Right now, you may have something that you think you want, but maybe it's not exactly the most desirable thing, and you have settled for what you want, what you think you want. And limiting yourself to thinking, well, this is as good as it gets, this is all I can, get in life. Sky's the limit. I mean, look at all of these people that have gone into space, that created all of these crazy contraptions. I mean, nothing is out of reach as long as we believe that we can reach there. Now, financing and, stealing people's money and conning people, probably not the best way to go about it, but legitimately we can do it too. It may not be as big or as well known or as crazy as some people, but we can't all be Elon Musk. All right, so we have expectation, we have high honor, and we have imprisonment. So it looks as if you are basically imprisoned by expectation, by certain beliefs held by other people. And maybe there's a position of honor that you have to uphold because you believe that that is the only way that people will respect you, or that will, give you some kind of power. And you are afraid to lose that power, so you don't make any changes. And so then you are basically becoming imprisoned in what you own, because what you own owns you. So it's really important to realize that you can make shifts and changes, and you can just do what you want. People may naysay, but as long as you're doing it with confidence, as long as you're moving forward and putting your life in practice, what other people think and what other people say doesn't have any effect really on what you're doing. Now, yeah, you might have to appease shareholders, you might have to appease financiers, you might have to connect with certain people that you're working with, but you want to make sure they're on the same page too. If somebody is not vibrating with you on a certain level and it's a constant battle, but you think that you need to work with this person because of XYZ, find somebody better. Find someone else. There is someone else that will do that job and may do it better. And just because somebody has a high standing or a high recommendation, maybe that's because they've worked with people that they've resonated with, and that's how they created that. Maybe if you work with somebody that you resonate with, you can create that as well. Recommendation and influence is all just based off of chemistry and vibrational matches. So find your vibrational match by finding who you are and what you desire, and go the fuck for it. So happy post hangover. I hope you can make your dreams come true.